Yo, yo, yo to the yo, yo, yo. It's your boy Chaos. It is just our opinion segment. You already know how we do it. This segment right here is, I don't know. Well, I ain't gonna lie, I do know. But the topic of this segment right here, y'all, is why you do this to Brat? God damn, man. I'm gonna tell you something. True story. A real true story. I remember back in 1994 being in Los Angeles, and I was over a good friend of mine's house. He had his stereo blasted, and it was a song that I've never heard before. And I had to ask him who it was because it sounded so good. It had this Isley Brothers sample, and but it wasn't the original sample, but it was a carbon copy sample of the original sample. And a female was rapping on top of it, and she was real smooth and witty with it. And it really woke me up like some strong black coffee or energy drink. The name of the song was Functified by, you guessed it, the Brat. When I heard this song sounded so good to the point where my buddy went and bought the cassette tape single. And when we were riding around with my sister, God rest, my oldest sister, she heard it because she liked old school music just like I do, you know what I'm saying? Even though she's much older than me, so yeah. She heard the song and she already liked the Isley Brothers, and she liked it Between the Sheets, you know what I'm saying? So when she heard this beautiful young lady sing this song, rap on top of the beat, she fell in love with it to the point where she had to go to the swap meet and get her a copy of the single as well. And she played it on both sides, the radio version, because the cassette tapes back then to you youngins was just like the crowd is when y'all little iPhone and all that stuff. But the only thing about it, it was on a tape. Excuse me. It was recorded on the tape, and at that particular time, certain singles had, like the original song, and then it had the instrumental on the other side, or it might have the song and another B-side song on the other side. You know what I'm saying? That they probably say you probably will prefer. The like too, they probably where most artists would try to, promote with the original single. And just like when 50 Cent came out with Wangster, on the A side, everybody was like, okay, Wangster's all right, pretty straight, you know what I'm saying? But everybody really never paid too much attention to the B side. The B side was in the club. So you know where I'm going with this. But anyway, we listened to that song 1,000 times over, to the point where everybody was loving this song, and to the point where they made Dupree and then went ahead and did a video for the song. Now, throughout the years back then, the Brat became a sensational icon in the hip hop industry. In the mid and late 90s, all the way up into the, part of 2000s, you know what I'm saying? I've been showing the utmost respect and love for the Brat, even though I kind of found it obvious that she didn't have a boyfriend. And she was such a beautiful woman, to me. I've seen her outside of her tomboy look to being regular, looking like a woman, womanly woman, feminine woman in a bathing suit. And I looked at her and I just studied that poster. I don't have a picture of her right now, in my server, but Lord knows this young lady, this woman here is extremely gorgeous. But the thing is, the way the industry rolls is very critical and evil, and it doesn't care about our natural being as a human being on this planet, because this is the same industry that pretty much supported the slave trade and things of that nature. Quiet is kept. A lot of us don't know that because we're looking at it now 100 years, prior to where things used to be on the slave concepts. But it's all there because this woman, what I'm saying, she chose to live her life the way she wanted to live her life. And I can vouch for that. It got to the point where, now into 2023, the Brat, when she was doing radio shows with Ricky Smiley and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be, and she had her ups and downs before then, to the point where it's just like, push come to shove, just that in the other, yada yada yada, and we look up and find out, like, damn, it's kind of strange that she don't have no man, and then you started thinking back, in '94, she was dressing like a dude. And, in them days, even back as far as I can remember in the '80s as a teenager, females that dressed it like boys, we never expect them to be boys. We just knew that they like to do things on a boy perspective. They like to see what we were doing. So, but we didn't think that it was going to get to the point where the Brat would actually be dating a woman. Now we see that she's with a woman. She's been with women for a minute, you know what I'm saying? And to the point where now she didn't got so far-fetched off into her lesbianism to where she went and got, you know what I'm saying, artificially inseminated and got pregnant. And I guess this woman that's got her hand on her stomach is a girlfriend, a wife, or whatever the case may be. I get all of that. I don't support none of this, you know what I'm saying? But I understand. You're a grown woman. You do what you want to do, et cetera, et cetera. But there are consequences and repercussions behind the whole concepts of the industry, because you're going to get backlash. You're going to get jokes being thrown your way. You're going to get all kinds of stuff going in all types of directions, But to the point where they're going to test the waters of you to see how much money you want and what will you do to get this money. And what would you do? And how would you do? And what does it take? And when you look at it, you know what I'm saying, you start seeing situations like this occur. Now, you see that, the Brat was supposed to have been on stage in Vegas somewhere, and she had this Bulls uniform on, which is cut out in the middle with her stomach sticking out like that, And this is just like, why? Why do we do this to ourselves? But like I say again, we're doing it, we'll do anything for a Klondike bar, for exposure, for controversy. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what the industry is all about. The industry has never had the concepts of being true to the game. It's always been to the point where it slut shame you, or make you, break you, or even kill you. You know what I'm saying? It's not nothing of the normal because we don't run the industry. They do, the powers that be. And so, like I say, these are the same people who basically ancestors used to own slaves, but they're never going to tell you the real truth of it all because if they tell you the truth of it all, you would never join. You would never sign up. And then some of you probably would sign up because, hey, I need that money. And I'll do whatever I need. I do whatever I do to get that money. You know, and just like old girl said set it off. I need that money. And they know it. They know it. That's the reason why they will take you out of the whole concept of being who you really were at one particular time, making pretty good money, rapping, and getting everybody to, you know what I'm saying, support your music and support you. To you looking like you doing a promo for Krispy Kreme donuts. But, you know, that's just the way it is. I mean, I still got love for the Brat, but I just hate that they're coming at her like that. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, like I said, you have a choice in life to do or not do. And this is what she chose to do. You know what I'm saying? And, hey, all they can do is just make it do what it do on the level of what you chose to do, what you want to do for this money. Okay, I'll do this. I'll do that. Okay. And they ain't going to put you on Front Street. You can't be mad at nobody but yourself. But like I say again, I got mad love for the Brat. Only thing I can just do is just get my mind out of looking at this picture to going back to the 90s and looking at this picture. Now that's the Brat I know. Much love to you, Brat. You know, keep doing what you're doing. You know, I don't support the little community that you pretty much go by, or whatever the case may be. I mean, like I said, it's just my opinion. Just like this segment. It's just our opinion. Your boy Chaos. Deuces.